Dr. Usha Ajay Nair, a healthcare reformer and social activist, is from Mumbai in India. With a PhD in hospital and healthcare by research and an honorary Doctor of Science from the Kundalini Research Yoga Institute, she stands as a pioneer, authoring India's first book on the science of nutrigenomics. As a registered craniosacral therapist, disease reversal expert, and health and life transformation coach, she is a benchmark in her field. As a registered acupuncture therapy practitioner, she actively contributes towards the advancement of therapy through the Maharashtra Acupressure Council's Executive Committee. Dr. Nair's passion for holistic health and well-being now manifests in her focus on promoting yoga fitness, particularly within corporate settings. Drawing on 3 decades of healthcare experience, she founded Medex Metier Healthcare, aiming to make a positive impact on individuals globally, one person at a time. Today, she brings her wealth of knowledge to us, speaking on the review topic of the agreed conclusions of the 68th session. Let's hear from Dr. Usha Nair now.
Greetings, my dear friends. I'm Dr. Usha Nair from Mumbai, India. Thank you, Ms. Karishma Kokka, for the humble introduction. At the outset, let me also thank the NGO CSW Forum for giving us, All India Shaber Ambagh Society, the opportunity and trusting on me to be able to share my views to the world on this international platform. My deepest gratitude to Dr. Meher Master Moose, the founder, president, and the board of the All India Shaber Ambagh Society, our NGO, in special consultative status with the UN ECOSOC. I am also honored to be able to share my views at this forum, a third time in a row, on various topics from healthcare to women empowerment to innovation and technological change and education in the digital age, all for achieving gender equality and for the empowerment of all women and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and fellow advocates for gender equality, I stand before you today to delve into a critical examination of social protection systems, access to public services, and sustainable infrastructure in the context of advancing gender equality and empowering women and girls based on the agreed conclusions of the 63rd session. Let's look with an international perspective. As we navigate this complex landscape, it is essential to recognize the multifaceted nature of the challenges faced by women and girls globally. Let us begin by exploring social protection systems which play a pivotal role in safeguarding vulnerable populations. In countries like Sweden and Norway, robust social security safety nets provide comprehensive support, ensuring that women have access to healthcare, education, and financial assistance, thereby fostering empowerment. Turning our attention to access to public services, Rwanda stands out as a beacon of progress. The country has successfully implemented policies that enhance women's participation in decision-making processes, exemplified by the significant representation of women in the Rwandan parliament. This showcases the transformative impact of inclusive public services on gender equality. Sustainable infrastructure is a linchpin in creating an environment conducive to gender empowerment. The examples of Bangladesh's Grameen Bank demonstrates how sustainable microfinance initiatives can uplift women from poverty, enabling entrepreneurship and financial independence. By investing in infrastructure that supports economic activities for women, we create a foundation for lasting change. However, it is crucial to acknowledge the existing challenges. In many regions, women still face barriers to accessing quality education, healthcare, and empowerment opportunities. To overcome these hurdles, we must advocate for targeted policies and initiatives that address the specific needs of women and girls, ensuring their full integration into all aspects of society. Let's look at the India perspective. In the rich tapestry of global efforts towards gender equality, it's crucial to incorporate an Indian perspective where progress and challenges coexist within the vast and diverse landscape. India has made significant strides in recent years towards empowering women through social protection systems. Initiatives like the Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, a maternity benefit program, aim to ensure financial support for pregnant and lactating women and mothers. While these steps are commendable, there's a need to continued efforts to strengthen and expand such systems to reach every corner of the country. When examining access to public services, India's Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign emphasizes the importance of education for girls. However, persistent issues like gender-based violence and societal norms still hinder girls' access to education in certain regions. Efforts to address these challenges must be intensified to ensure that all girls have equal opportunities to learn and thrive. Sustainable infrastructure projects such as Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which focuses on providing housing for all, also plays a pivotal role in India's gender empowerment journey. However, there's room for improvement in ensuring that these infrastructural developments consider and address the unique needs of women, creating spaces where they can work, live, and participate in community life without hindrance or fear. Yet, challenges persist, and it's imperative to address them head on. Issues like gender based violence, unequal access to resources, and cultural norms that perpetuate gender stereotypes demand our collective attention. The implementation of effective policies along with community driven initiatives is crucial to breaking down on these barriers. On the healthcare perspective, my specialty, in the realm of gender equality and empowerment in India, the healthcare perspective adds another layer to our understanding. While strides have been made, challenges persist, particularly in ensuring equitable access to healthcare services, especially for women and girls. India has witnessed commendable efforts such as Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan aimed at providing comprehensive antenatal care to pregnant women. However, regional disparities and limited healthcare infrastructure in some areas hinder the universal reach of these programs. Strengthening healthcare infrastructure, especially in rural and underserved regions, is crucial for ensuring that women receive timely and quality medical care. Maternal mortality rates have seen improvement, but the battle is not over. Encouragingly, states like Kerala, with their focus on female education and healthcare, show a positive correlation between women's well-being and overall health indicators. Emphasizing similar approaches nationwide can contribute significantly to the health empowerment of women. In the context of access to family planning and reproductive health services, India's initiatives like the Janani Suraksha Yojana have played a pivotal role. However, challenges like cultural norms again and awareness gaps persist, impacting women's ability to make informed decisions and their reproductive health. About especially their reproductive health. Comprehensive education and awareness campaigns are essential to bridge these gaps and empower women with knowledge and agency over their health. Yet, we must address the persistent issue of gender-biased violence impacting women's health. The one-stop center and solution, Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, are steps in the right direction, but concerted efforts are needed to create a healthcare environment where women feel safe, seeking assistance and reporting incidents of violence. In conclusion on healthcare, as we explore the healthcare perspective in the context of gender equality and empowerment in India, it's clear that progress has been made, but challenges persist. Strengthening healthcare infrastructure, promoting education and awareness, and addressing gender-based violence are crucial steps. By integrating these aspects in our broader discussions, we contribute to a more holistic understanding and approach to empowering women in the Indian healthcare landscape. We discussed global efforts towards gender equality. It is vital to recognize both the progress and the challenges within the Indian context. By weaving together insights from successful initiatives and acknowledging areas that require more attention, we can contribute to a more inclusive and empowered future for women and girls, not just in India, but all around the world. As we reflect on the agreed conclusions of the 63rd session, it is evident that progress has been made, but there is much work left to be done. We must prioritize the dismantling of systemic barriers, including gender-based violence, discriminatory laws, and cultural norms that perpetuate gender inequality. Finally, concluding, our collective commitment to reshaping social protection systems, enhancing access to public services, and investing in sustainable infrastructure is paramount. By learning from successful examples around the world, we can create a blueprint for a more equitable future. Let us seize this opportunity to drive change, empower women and girls, and build a world where gender equality is not just a goal, but a reality for all. Dr. Usha Nair, signing off from India. Thank you.